and welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about paper 1, childhood and growing up. So unit 1 we will discuss understanding child psychology and education psychology. So we'll discuss about introduction of educational psychology first, then after child psychology. So education psychology is a branch of psychology concerned with the scientific study of learning of human. The study of learning processes from both the cognitive and behavioral perspectives allow researchers to understand individual differences in intelligence, cognitive development, affect, motivation, self-regulations, and self-concept, as well as their role in learning. The field of education psychology relies heavily on quantitative methods, including testing and measurements, to enhance educational activities related instructional design, classroom management, and assessments, which serves to facilitate learning process in various educational settings across the lifespan. So, father of education psychology is Edward Lee Thorndike. What is the meaning of education psychology? The word psychology is derived from two words psyche and logos. Psyche means soul and logos means science. Thus, psychology was first defined as the science of soul. Education psychology is that branch of psychology which deals with the applications of psychological findings in the field of education. So, according to different scientists, different definitions were given. So one by one, at least four definitions we'll going through. So according to Charles E. Skinner, and it was given in 1958. So it states that educational psychology is that branch of psychology which deals with the teaching and learning. According to definitions by Skinner, educational psychology is a psychology applied for improving teaching and learning processes. Education psychology involves the study of how people learn, including topics such as student outcomes, the instructions processes in learning, gifted learners, and learning disabilities. According to Anderson, while general psychology is a pure science, education psychology its application in field of education with the aim of socializing an individual and modifying his behaviorism. According to E.A. Peel, education psychology is the science of education. Education by all means by its attempt to mold and shape the behavior of the pupil. It aims to produce desirable change in him for the all-round development of his personality. According to Stephen, it is a systematic study of education growth and development of a child. Next topic we'll discuss is nature of education psychology. So what are the natures of education psychology? So its nature is scientific as it has been accepted that it is science of education. We can summarize the nature of education psychology in the following ways. So one by one we will discuss all the nature of education psychology. So first one is education psychology is a science. So science is a branch of study concerned with the observation of fact and establishment of verifiable general laws. Science employs certain objectivable methods for the collection of data. It has its objective of understanding, explaining, predicting, and control of facts. Like any other science, education psychology has also developed objective methods of collections of data. It also aims at understanding, predicting, and controlling human behavior. Number two is education psychology is a natural science. As education psychologist conduct his investigations, rather gather his data and reaches his conclusions in exactly the same manner as physicist or a biologist. Third number is education psychology is a social science. Like sociologist, anthropologist, economist, or politician scientist, scientist, the education psychology studies human beings and their sociability. Number four, education psychology is a positive science. Science like logic or either ethnic deals with the fact of they ought to be. A positive science deals with the fact as they ought to be. A positive science deals with the fact that they are operated. Education psychology studies behavior as it is not and it ought to be, show it is positive science. Education psychology is applied science. It is the application of psychologists a principle in the field of education by applying the principle and techniques and psychologists to tries to study the behavior and experiences of the pupil. As a branch of psychology, it is parallel to any other applied psychology. For example, education psychology draws heavily facts from such areas as development psychology, clinical psychology, abnormal psychology, or social psychology. Number six, education psychology is a developing or growing science. It is concerned with the new or news researchers. As such findings accumulates, education psychology gets better insights into a child's nature and behavior. Next topic is importance of education psychology. To enrich the teachers with the laws and fundamentals of theories that explain the education processes and control them in order to apply them scientifically and objectively, the school environment and classroom and provides the theories possible suggestions for some problems that may be exposed to teachers and students during different educationals. The most important information is the providing education psychology to educational staff, inclusions of educational theories and opinions based on personal impressions and inaccurate and subjective observation. Some of these opinions were based on the personal experiences and subjective viewpoint and often contradicts the foundations of facts and theories. Scientists evaluated these theories by subjecting them to scientific researches and organized it educationally and thoughtfully to interact the teaching staffs to take advantage of relevant psychological theories in the process of growth and development. Characteristics that follow the age stage in addition to studying the learning motivations, mental skills, intelligence, thinking, remembering, and problem solving to understand the mechanism of learning and teaching appropriate in all these areas. Provide the teachers with the foundations of the correct rules and laws of theories of learning and education which enables them to choose the application in psychological principle and the suitability to the a particular education portions so that the teachers access the appropriate method according to the school's environment and psychological characteristics of a teacher and a student. Scope of education psychology. The scope of education psychology is ever growing due to constantly research in this field. The following factors will indicate the scope of education psychology. The number one is the learner. The subject matter of education psychology is needed around the learner. Therefore, the need of knowing the learner and techniques of knowing him well. The topic include innate ability of a learner. Education psychology is needed around the learner. Therefore, the need of knowing the learner and techniques of knowing him as well and characteristics of his growth and development and its stages beginning from childhood to adulthood. Learning process number 2. After knowing the learner and deciding what learning experiences are to be provided, education psychology moves on his law, principles, and theories of learning. Other items in the learning processes and remembering and forgetting, perceiving concepts, formations, thinking, and reasoning, problems, transfer of learning, ways and means of effective learning, etc. Number third, learning experiences. It helps in deciding what learning experiences are desirable at what stage of growth and development of a learner. So these experiences can be acquired with a greater ease and satisfaction. 4. Learning situations and environment. Here we deal with the environmental factors and learning situations which comes midway between the learner and the teacher. Topic like classroom climate and a growth, dynamic techniques and a aid facilitates learning and evaluations, techniques and practices, guidance and counseling for the smooth functioning of the teaching learning process. Number 5, the teachers. Most important and most crucial. The teacher is a potent force and of any scheme of teaching and learning process. It discusses the role of the teacher. It emphasizes the need of knowing themselves for the teacher to play his role properly in the process of education. His conflicts, motivation, anxiety, adjustment, labor on aspirations, etc. It throws light on essential personality traits, interest, aptitude, the characteristics of effective teachings, etc., so as to inspire him for becoming a successful teacher. Number 6, human behavior. It studies human behavior in educational situations. Psychology in the study of behavior and education deals with this modification of behavior. Hence, education psychology persuades the whole field of education. Growth and development number 7. It studies the growth and development of a child, how a child passes through the various stages of growth and what are the characteristics of each stage we include in the study of education psychology. Number 8, to what extent heredity and environment. Contributions toward growth of an individual and how this knowledge can be made use of bringing about the optimum development of a child form a silent feature in the scope of education psychology. Number 9, nature and development of a personality. It deals with the nature and development of personality of an individual. In fact, education has been defined as an all-round development of personality of an individual. Personality development also implies well-adjustment personality. Number 10, individual differences. Very important. Every individual differ from each other individual. It is one of the fundamental facts of human nature which have been brought to light by education psychology. This one fact has revolutionized the concept and process of education, intelligence, and its measurement. This is of the utmost importance for the teachers also too. Number 12, guidance and counseling, the most and last step of the scope of education psychology. Education is nothing but providing guidance to the growing child. So, till here, we have understood what is education psychology scope and its meaning definitions according to different scientists. In next video, we'll discuss about child psychology. So, do like, share, and subscribe the bell icons. Thank you.